Hey everyone, just letting you know that the first beta version of Self-Rep, which is the first app built for self-represented litigants, is out and it's being tested right now. So far, the feedback that I've gotten is really positive. Everyone's really liking the features that the app has and how sort of nice and simple and easy it is to understand what's going on and to use it. So essentially what I'm trying to do here is take everything that a self-represented litigant might need in their case and put it all in the same place. Because if you don't have something like this, then as a self-represented litigant, say you have a document that just got filed. Well, you need to take it home, take out the staple, run it through your scanner, either email it directly from your scanner or printer, or what I did was took a thumb drive and then moved it over to my computer. I then opened up, I think I used Adobe, and then ran text recognition on it to make it all searchable, and then I would name it and then move it into my file. And I would also use a calendar, actually a couple of different calendars to keep track of everything. I would try to keep different Word files or use my notes app on my phone. I would try to make audio recordings with the voice memos program on the phone, but then I would have to try to figure out how to export them and transcribe them myself. And then images just with the camera. And then I would have to go back through my image roll with the hundreds of other pictures that I had taken to try to pull out the ones that I needed for my case. So I'm hoping that by building this and having everything in the same place, it'll make your lives much simpler. It'll make your entire case easier to handle. And I actually think that with the quality of the document scanner that's in this thing, you're going to be on par with the capabilities of a law office and a legal assistant doing this kind of stuff. You'll actually be able to do it faster than they will. So now let's take a look at some of the videos that I recorded that'll show you what the app looks like so far. Okay, so let's take a look at what the app does, and we'll start by just going into the app. Here's the icon, Self-Rep. Go in and you can create an account. You would just have to sign up with your email and password. When you hit create account, it'll then send you a verification email. You then just go to your email account, click verify email, and then you come back into the app and finish the account setup. And so after you've got that done, then you can log out of the app anytime and sign back in. And I've just created a sample user here, so let me put that in, and then we will log in. Okay, logging into the app, and when you come in, you can see that we have 5 tabs on the bottom. The first tab that you'll always come to is your document file, where you can scan and then store all the documents related to your case on the phone. The next tab over is the calendars tab, and I'll show you how to make one of the calendars in a minute. Next over is this little book icon, which just lets you basically keep a note set, a log, or a journal. Next tab over is audio recordings, so you can record audio and then transcribe the files. And finally is the images, where you can either take a new image by tapping the camera button, or you can bring in an image from your photo album. But let's take a look at the document scanner first. So to make a new scan, all you got to do is just hit the little document button, and then this will pop up automatically. You just kind of hover over the document, and it'll grab the page. You then flip it. You don't have to push any buttons to tell the scanner that you're done with the page. You just flip it, and it'll automatically start moving on to the next page. So this is just a random document I pulled off the internet from Los Angeles County. I think it's 8 pages long. And so you can see I'm able to do a page every maybe 5, 6, 7 seconds, depending on how quickly you can flip and steady the scanner again. And also notice that I don't even have to take the staple out. If you want to, you can, and you will get better results with finding the edges of the page if you do take it out, but you don't have to. So then you just hit save, and then you've got your document. And my lighting here is a little bit weird. I actually have a lamp on next to my desk, so it's best if you're in bright light. I should have turned off my lamp to do the demo here, but just kind of showing you what it does. So then let's just type in a name. We'll just do memorandum of points and authorities. And then when you hit save, oh, and the other thing you can kind of change, so you can change the title, you can actually change the date of the document if you want to. You can do the scan type. I'm just going to save it as a grayscale. You could also do color if you want to. And then you can change the quality of the image. So if you want to say file space on your phone, you can leave it at good. Otherwise, if you want really high resolution images, you can change it to very good or best. Okay, so let's just leave it at that, and then we'll save it, and it'll automatically run text recognition on all the pages. And it does it pretty quickly. Let's see, it didn't pop up. I guess I have a little tiny bug. I'll fix that. So anyway, here's the document, and you can then flip from page to page. And I saved it in grayscale, so it kind of got rid of that blue shadow. But you can see that the quality of the image is pretty high, and it does depend on what kind of phone you have. And then from there, if you want to change the title or the date, you can still do that. You can also just view all of the text that it pulled off the document, which is used for searching in the document view. And you can also email it. So when you hit the email button, it'll automatically bring up your phone's mail system, and then it's automatically attached the document as a PDF already. So we'll get out of there. You can also print it, so as long as you have your phone connected to a wireless printer, it'll find that printer and then pull it up, and you can print the document as well. Okay, yeah, and then the search capability works really well. So because I pulled all the text off of it, you can then search all the documents in your file for a single word, and only the documents that have that word will pop up. So let's see if we can find something that this document doesn't have, and then it should disappear. So apparently it doesn't have the word pet in it, and so because that document doesn't have the word pet in it, it doesn't show up in the search. And then if you cancel it out, all your documents will come back. Okay, so that's the document scanner. It also shows up in a grid view here. So if you've got a whole bunch of documents and you kind of want to get a little bit better overview, you can just flip it into grid view and all of your documents will stack up. Okay, so now let's go over and create a calendar. And the only calendar, like I said, that I've built in so far is just a really simple date selection calendar. So let's just say that we want to put in our custody schedule. You just go into the calendar, and then let's say that we have a 2-2-3 or 2-2-3 schedule, something like that, which can be a little bit strange. Let's say I've got those days, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, just kind of flips back and forth every week like that. And so you can put all those days in, and then they'll just stay there. And so now you can kind of fill it out, and if you need to take off a day because you're switching, or maybe you're switching a weekend, it's really easy to change everything up. That's calendars. This is the kind of notes, logs, and journal section. So you essentially create kind of the equivalent of a book. And let's just say we want to create a custody log. So you want to write down any significant things that are happening maybe during your time with your son or your daughter. So you just create a little book, and you can add an entry. So let's just say child was sick. And then let's just say David was starting to feel sick, had a cough. And then you just hit add, and it adds that entry to this book. So now you've got a place to keep all of the notes about custody. And you could do the exact same thing with, say, your hearing notes, or maybe you will have a deposition, you want to take deposition notes. You can just create a different book or kind of journal for every single thing. Right, and all of this stuff is emailable and printable as well. So you can just come up here, you can print it out, and our note shows up. You can also email it, and it'll attach it as both a text file and as an Excel file. Let's get out of there. And then let's go over to the audio recordings. So all you've got to do to make an audio recording, and let me maybe get a document ready here so I can just kind of start reading from it. Alright, so all you got to do to make a recording is just hit the record button, and the window will pop up showing you that it's automatically recording. So let me just read a little bit here and we'll see how good the transcription works. The complaint in the state court action specifically alleges that while in possession of the Azusa property, defendant's activities extensively contaminated the soil and potentially the groundwater underlying the property and potentially neighboring parcels with heavy metals and other hazardous substances. Okay, so we'll stop the recording. You can come in here and enter a title. This was the same memorandum, so I'll just leave it at that. And then let's transcribe the file and see how it does. So I think the recording was, 26 seconds. So it's working, and all of this is being done on the phone itself. And there it is. And it looks like it was pretty accurate. You can see that there's no punctuation in it. And I'm sure as the sort of API or software I'm using to transcribe the audio gets better, the features will become richer, and I will be able to probably detect different types of voices and put punctuation in it. But for now, it's still really useful because you can search by the text that's in the audio recording. Okay, so that's the audio recordings. Now let's go over to the final thing, which is just images. And so, like I said, you can bring up the camera. I'll just take a picture of my Starbucks cup here. And then we'll save that. And once it's in, you can come in and enter a title. So we'll do Starbucks. And then I'll just say the coffee is cold now. And we'll save it. And so now you can see that we have the title and the notes here, which again makes it very useful because then you can search through all of your images for specific tags. And like anything else, you can email and it'll automatically attach the title and the notes to the email. So let's get out of there. And you can also print it. And it'll attach the image. Okay. So that is everything. And this is just kind of the side menu, and over time we'll be adding more stuff up here. So this is where you will handle anything dealing with your subscription. This is the About section, which just takes you to the Terms and Conditions website, and then the Privacy Policy page on our website. And then tech support, for now, I just want you to email me if you're using the beta. And then you can, of course, sign up. And so those are all the features of the app so far. And I hope that you can see how valuable it is to have all of these things in the same place and to make everything searchable and emailable and printable all from the app instead of having to use tons of different programs and types of equipment. So that was the app, and also if you're wondering why I don't have the same shirt, it's because it's the next day, and so the video I recorded before showing you what the app does was last night, and I just am recording a new video today. So that's the app. I hope you can see how valuable it is and how cool it is, and it'll just get better over time as I continue to add more features and refine the existing ones. So I'm pretty excited about it because it's the first app built for self-represented litigants. We have such powerful phones now that we should be able to handle our cases just by using them. And I think that this is the first app to start in the right direction on that trend. So anyway, if you have any comments or feedback, feel free to go to our website, which is self-represented.co, and you can contact me through there, or just leave any comments below the video, and I will also put a link to the website below that. And if you would like to become a beta tester, I would love to have you. I'd love to have as many beta testers as I can, giving me really valuable feedback before we launch on the App Store, which I expect to be in a couple of weeks. And I will shoot out another video if something more interesting happens or if there are any new cool updates. Talk to you soon.